It's so nice to see all of you from Market Stats today, and welcome. I know we have some special guests in the room that are joining us today, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. My name is Jacqueline Graham. I am also here to help you with any escrow needs. I'm going to start out with that at the beginning because we're not doing any spotlight. We have something else planned instead. Interesting.
Let me get essence of this.
Yeah. So while she's getting some tech assistance, I will start and let you know what I'm seeing on my screen. And I want to welcome a couple of people that have officially joined us as agents of our brokerage. So our first thank you and welcome is to Stephanie Sanchez. And you mess with that. And welcome to Gerardo Avila as well. Welcome. Okay, well, Essence is, oh, there you go. Thank you. Bucket fill for you. I appreciate that help. Do you want to come inside? Okay, well, if you do, there's a spot in there. Bucket fills. Anybody have something that they would like to fill someone else's bucket? Share a little bit of gratitude, a thank you. Bridget.
I have one, and it's twofold. I had a weird listing appointment today. I like these weird deals, and it was a possible probate and a possible commercial. And this weekend I had sent messages to Nikki Francis and John Summerfruit, and they both jumped to help me. And I feel like that's what Metro is all about. So thank you, Nikki and John, wherever you are.
Did you get it?
Unknown. We're still waiting for the attorney to approve.
Positive vibes.
Yes. It's a complicated deal.
Excellent. Anybody else have a bucket fill? In our market center here, this is in the whole region. There's a lot of people in the whole region. So this is a really big deal, and we always want to make sure that we are calling out and saying congratulations, in this case to Sal. I saw him earlier today. You know, this is Sal. Woo! More celebrations. Sal had a lot of awards. And to the Solis team. So congratulations. This one I'm really excited about. So this is tomorrow. Yes, this is tomorrow. It's only going to be here in the Market Center. We're going to be live streaming here. We'll probably put some of the tables back so that we can have you guys come in, bring your computer. This is Listing Clinic. I actually took this course with Gene Rivers. It's from 9 to 4, so it's a whole in your lunch, bring in this. This is an awesome class. The Market Center is paying to have him come teach this and have it live stream. There is not a Zoom link that you can watch at home. So I'll just answer that now. It is here. Come, be with your fellow agents. I would even venture to say that even if you're experienced, this might be a time that you're revisiting your listing presentation because of the changes that have happened. So I think this is an excellent opportunity for everyone, regardless of your production level. We'd love to see you tomorrow. I'll be here as well for Listing Clinic.
So will Broker Bob.
And so will Broker Bob.
And I'm hosting it, and if I don't see your face, I will take notes. And remember that.
Are we working through lunch? Is there a break so we can plan for coffee?
Yes, a good break.
They'll give breaks that you can stop and pop out for, but they'll go that whole time. Yeah, you want that one to work for you. And this is the other one that I will promote. Wednesday, June 26th, same bat time, same bat channel. It will be here. This is Broker Bob's Risk Management. Anything you want to say in particular, Broker Bob? I mean, I know why they should be here.
Well, because in our settlement, things change daily. Just make sure you're here because we'll be discussing the new ways of our doing business and what you need to be in the know of. And forms do change on 6/24 this month, so that's in 1 week. So if you don't know what the new forms, when they hit the zip forms, or when they hit into the, if you don't know how to use them, don't call me on a Sunday night in a panic.
So
See you next week.
Definitely cover this one. This is going to be on the 26th. And for those of you that didn't realize, come on in, grab a seat. We've got some open seats up here. We are closed this Wednesday. That's why you guys are all here today instead of our typical Wednesday meeting. We will be closed for Juneteenth. So if you need to come in for some reason on Wednesday, please make sure you see us before you leave today. Because the office will technically be closed. We won't be here from a leadership perspective. Where are my friends in Kenai? I saw them outside. Let me go check and see if they are out here. They're the wonderful people that brought us lunch. You guys want to come on? Give them a big round of applause. They fed us today.
Thank you for that. That was our best applause we've ever gotten.
Can we leave? That's good.
Yeah. We're home inspectors. Adios.
I'm John Stoddard.
And I'm Dakota DeLuca. And this is our company, Kenai Property Inspections. We like to break the ice a little bit with a poem that I wrote one day in a car wash on the way to a meeting. Bear with us. I'm trying to memorize it, but we'll see.
Some houses are red and some houses are blue.
You're all professional realtors. You should be working with professional home inspectors too.
We're highly skilled individuals with all the right tools.
From rooftops and chimneys to crawl spaces and pools.
You probably already have a home inspector, but that's cool.
Make sure you give us a chance. We'll take them to school.
Thank you to you guys for letting us host the lunch, and special thanks to Joseph. He connected us with the group, so thank you. Hope you all enjoyed the sandwiches. Sorry about the little mix-up with the veggie and the ham. They were in the same box, and sorry. But I hope it worked out for you all. We just wanted to take the opportunity to share a little bit about our business and also answer any questions you may have about home inspections. But just to give you a little gist about what we do, if you haven't worked with a home inspector before, we're trying to get you and your buyers or your partners the best possible view of the home, of the condition. So during the transaction, we're going on the roofs that we can. If we can't, we're going to be using drones. We're scaling the attics, scaling the crawl spaces. It's super fun, but sometimes. But again, our standards of practices as home inspectors tell us to inspect a certain number of things, a representative number of things, and we're trying to do it all. We're going to try to check every window possible, every outlet. Again, go in the attics, go in the crawl spaces, again, to get that story of the home for you and your buyer so that you can make an educated decision during that transaction.
We pride ourselves in being non-alarmists because I've been doing this since 2006, and I see what some of our competitors might do or hear horror stories from others. Where, again, we take pride in being owner-operators, where you call us, you're going to get us. If you're lucky, you get the both of us. If you got a larger house, you'll definitely get the both of us. And so, yeah, that's it. We're here to be a resource to your clients and let them know, educate them as much as we can about the property. Happy to hold their hand and walk them through and show them the disconnects. Here's the electric, here's the gas. And of course, it's always important to know that because in the event they have a catastrophic event, it's nice to know where are we going to shut their water off. Particularly I've had it with my own mother, and so that was something she didn't, this is 15 years ago, but she didn't get a great home inspection, didn't know where her water shut off was, so she ended up with 6 inches of water in her house to come back home to. That was a frantic event. So it's little stuff like that that really, goes a long way. So after clients get the report, we're happy to answer any questions afterward, even before we even start the inspection. And I know a lot of you work with buyers, some work just with sellers. We also do pre-listing inspections to try and set the house apart from others that haven't necessarily had an inspection, or sellers don't really necessarily know, or estate sales, yada yada. You get it. Is there any questions in particular that you have for us, or anything you guys would like to know more about us?
I do.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of certifications and a lot of different levels with inspectors. Can you just speak about your certification, what's required or what the basics are?
Yeah, so right now, currently, there's no licensing in the state of California for home inspectors. So it's kind of just the Wild West.
It's just certifications.
Right, yeah, so certification. So like we both are a member of the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors, and they're kind of the standard. There's also CREA and ASHI and several others. But they've got a lot of just education online that's good for home inspectors to stay on top of CEUs, create videos. I mean, just the owner in general is very receptive. He's active on Instagram, and they just have a great association. So, but we're also trying to get whatever else we can to set ourselves apart from others. And we offer all ancillary services. So if you need a sewer scope or you need a septic inspected, we either can do it or have partners to help with that.
I'm sorry, I have a few questions. And you do pools, you said?
Yes, pools as well. Yep, pools, air quality, mold testing, we can do that.
And,
Do you do the mold
Yep.
and,
yourself, or do you send that out?
Yes, we do it ourselves. Yep.
and give us a sense of pricing. If you
So, we priced ourselves kind of right in the middle when we first got started. I've been doing home inspections since 2006, so obviously we needed to, bump prices up, and that was actually in Florida. So I've been doing inspections here since 2017, 18, somewhere around there. And so, we've had to bump our prices up a little bit, but I think for the personalized service we offer, it's well worth, the money spent.
So a condo would be?
Condo, we just priced a condo in Santee tomorrow at $425, and it's right around 1,500 square feet. So, the depth of what we're there, and just because it's a condo doesn't mean we should not look at, potentially other things that could be affecting it. So, in a condo building, you often don't have your own shut off like you would in a single family residence. So we'll walk around the building, take our clients around the building and try and show them if there is a common area with gas meters or a common area with the water shut off. We'll go the extra mile and do that with them as well. So.
Do you provide a summary and an indication of what is a health and safety issue?
Yeah, so we will go through the whole the report at the end of our inspection before the clients are going to get the full inspection report, and we'll identify the health and safety stuff. We basically have 3 categories when you get a home inspection report. We have an observation, little stuff. If there's a nick on a wall or a scratch in a glass or something, we'll call that an observation. We have orange flags that are more like, all right, you need caulking around a sink, or red flags. You don't have a carbon monoxide detector in a house that has gas-fired appliances. So we have 3 levels of severity as far as what you can expect in the report.
Do you guys carry insurance, insurance?
Yes, we do. And actually, just about 6 months ago, I changed because I was reading on a Reddit thread that the insurance company I was with was not very great, and I was like, well, thankfully, I didn't need to find out for myself. But I just figured, the new insurance company I have also covers tools and So I had my window smashed out in Little Italy, and someone stole my whole bag of inspection tools, and I was like, well, that would have been great to have had that around that time, where I didn't, it was $5,000 out of pocket buying all the tools, and so that wasn't fun, but yes, we definitely
We had a
carry.
situation this year, and this is just for everybody. Condo listed, got under contract, inspection, everything. Day before close, buyer finds out condo, the unit that was supposed to be attached for air conditioning was not on the roof.
Oh, wow.
So the thermostat was checked and it worked, but it
Right.
wasn't connected to anything.
Wow. Yeah. We see it all. We will see it all. Any other questions, or hopefully you guys aren't sitting on the chocolates you ate that. These are chocolates, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, you got our card, you got our info. Feel free to reach out, and we would love to work with you.
Thank you.
So,
Thanks again, everyone.
I'll give you a second. If you don't have the card, I'm going to take a picture of your contact info. I'll leave this up for a second. Eddie, are you talking today for Movement Mortgage?
I just want to remind everybody that we're having a summer pool party this weekend, so if you haven't responded to the invite, let me know. And if I didn't get it, let me know. I'll make sure to shoot it. But yeah, Saturday, y'all, from noon to 4. My wife's opening up the backyard, the pool, we're having a taco truck and, drinks and stuff. Come on by. What's that? No, I mean, if you have some sort of peculiar drink you like to drink, go ahead and bring it. We'll have some beer and wine and some, what are those called, the seltzers?
Yeah,
I'll pick some up. If you have something peculiar that you like, that's your thing, feel free.
YOE for your own computer.
Yeah.
Sorry, I jumped ahead. I can go. You want to go? Sure. Okay.
But that's why I back up.
Just kidding.
So Kathy Handel took her very first listing. This would be great for anybody that needs to get into the San Diego market. It is a manufactured home, but it is all age, and it's only listed at $129. So anybody that needs to get in, Lakeside. It just went live like 20 minutes ago. She's already waiting out there. Yes.
Okay, before we go to normally we do an as agent spotlight, but because we're going to not on Wednesday, we're on something that Jason Abrams shared with all of the leadership team on this morning call. So for those of you who have been in a conversation with a seller or a buyer, and I'm going to take hands because I have a feeling this might have happened before, and you've had somebody say something along the lines of these interest rates. Has anybody heard anything about interest rates? Okay. What? Sorry. Apologies to the mortgage lenders in the room. Yeah, right? Like this happens all the time. This is one of the conversations that I hear most often. One of the things Jason suggested is that when you were doing your calls, which you were all so diligent about doing every single day during your lead generation block.
Absolutely.
Yes, good job. Thank you for playing along. So when you guys are in these conversations, and if you're not, get yourself in these conversations, because this is where the business comes, have a conversation with them and say, okay, so I'm not interested in today's rate, right? What would it take? So the idea would be to take the math at what it would be at 7% and do a calculation for them at 6.75%. Show what that number is, right? I'm sure Eddie would be happy to help you with getting these amounts. Then show them what it would be at 6.5%. Then show them at 6.25%. At somewhere along this path, they're gonna go, oh, I could do that, right? That's normally what would happen. Or if you started the conversation, you said, okay, you're not ready to do business at this current interest rate. At what rate would you be interested in? What do you think, for those of you that have been having these conversations, what do you think they would say, or what have you heard? If not 7%, What have you heard? What number would they?
2.
Okay, so if they're saying 2, we might need to have that conversation about historical, but I heard 5 a lot, right? So 5 is all the way over here. So show them 5, and then show them 5 1/4. It's not that big of a difference, right? You may find that even if they say 5, they do 5 1/4. Show them 5 1/2. They might go, well, okay, I can actually make that work. Then you show them 5.75, and they go, nope, that's too much. Okay, great. Now what you know about them is they go here. Finish talking to everybody, right? Stephanie says she's fine here. Bridget says she's fine here. And as you're making this list, you're keeping this for your own personal interest. And what you're doing is you're preparing yourself so that when the interest rates start to move, right, this is going to happen at some point, not because you did anything wonderful, although you're all great humans, but interest rates will change at some point. And when they do, you can be ahead of it. So when they come down from here to here, you're calling everybody in this column. I would also make a recommendation that you also call the people in this column, because they're getting real close. So as you're talking to everybody, no matter where they fall in this grid, you're keeping this, and this now becomes your priority A, priority B, priority C, and so on. So I know this is a great way to kind of organize the mental database. You're probably having a lot of conversations. If you get that interest rate objection, keep this for yourself and lay out what your lead gen will look like when rates start to move. So that is your escrow partners moment of the day, courtesy of Jason Abrams.
Good stuff.
Nice job. Good, right? Yeah. Nothing wrong with stealing. Not at all.
It was borrowing.
It was borrowing, yeah. We borrowed that from Jason. It's still there. Property pitches we got in Kathy's property pitch. Any other property pitches in the room? Yeah, Chris.
I've got a listing in North Park at 3754 Alabama Street. It is, it was rebuilt in 2014, so it was a ground-up rebuild, and it's a modern home in a very craftsman-y Spanish bungalow neighborhood. It's 1545 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-story. It's got a great yard, more like a patio-ish yard, so there's not really yard work. We're on the market at $1,485,000. My clients are very interested in getting an offer. They're moving to Nashville, so it's a great house. Maria's been there. We did a broker caravan, had a couple open houses, and we're doing another one this week, Saturday. You guys want to advertise it, just go for it. You don't have to ask me, just do it. You want to come by Saturday, take video, just do it. You don't have to check in with me. I mean, you have to. I have to be there, but you know, you can't just go willy-nilly to live there. And then, you guys are welcome to advertise it. So, but if you want to shoot video, you gotta come during the open house. I'm not gonna make special appointments for video dates, but anyway, yeah, feel free to do that. I don't care at all, because I'd like to do the deal with somebody in here.
Can I add to that for, and then we'll go to Vinny? But for Chris's listing, for anyone that doesn't have an active listing, go read that. I just posted on the Facebook page last Friday. Scott Rory Marketing did a training last Wednesday, and I didn't know about it in time, so I apologize I didn't advertise for it. But how to create a paid Facebook ad in our new system that leverages command to get it to you at a lower cost per click. It's the new system. It's super cool. All you need is a listing to advertise. So Chris just gave you permission. So go check out that class, connect with Chris, go to the open house, get the video. If you don't have a listing, advertise that. Do you have a question or a property?
Question.
Yeah.
How do we go to that video to learn how to do that Facebook clicky thing?
It's on the Facebook page. Is that what you're asking me? Where the link is to Scott Rory Marketing?
To what marketing?
Scott Rory Marketing.
Scott Leroy Marketing.
And you give an email about it.
So it's not through. Oh, we got an email. Okay.
Yeah. And I'll tag you on it.
Okay.
Now that I
Thank
know
you.
you're interested.
Yeah.
Vinny had a property.
Yeah, so I have a listing on the market, scheduled to go on the market in July, beginning of July. San Ysidro, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. We're gonna have it listed at $750, so it'll be lower price point. We're doing a little work on the property right now, but yeah, should be on the market beginning of July. bring it by. And then the Mission Valley condo, the 1 bedroom, 1 bath, we just listed at 470. She's probably going to go lower than that too. So if you have anyone that's looking, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Mission Hills.
Yes. Debbie, you start. Did you start?
Okay. Okay, so I'm tagging Chris, North Park, 4105 Iowa Street, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's a super cute craftsman bungalow. It's on a corner lot. And, it was built in 1923, but the kitchen has been totally updated. Bathrooms are updated. It has a cute white picket fence grass for fur babies or littles. And it has a side yard with market lights to entertain, detached 1-car garage, and tandem parking for 2 cars. So priced at $999. Sal showed it over the weekend. Thank you. So please bring your buyers.
I just have an odd one to mention, that in case you have clients that can't move into their house yet, need time to remodel it, need a midterm rental for a month at a time, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months. I have an ADU that I just completed in Point Loma, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, $3,500 a month. So just throw it in the back of your brain. I know, it's beautiful, it's crazy. But throw it in the back of your brain if you just have somebody that needs a month at a time. It's a really great spot. It's above my garage. It's completely detached, all by itself. Has a view of downtown Skyline, the downtown Skyline. It's a nice little spot. Yeah, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. $3,500. Yep.
Hello everyone. If you guys have any buyers for rental property, this one doesn't have any age restriction. I think it's gonna be a good buy for someone who's looking in the neighborhood. It's about 1,800 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. And we have it coming soon as $1,165,000, but we're gonna go live at $1,099,000. The typical price point in that neighborhood is about 1.250, 1.3. So it needs a little bit of a TLC, but with a little bit of elbow grease, I think it's worth it. It's right by Bernardo Heights Parkway and Pomerando Road. Super close to Sprouts. Literally, you can see Sprouts from the house. So I think that's a good feature. But anyhow, I think anyone who wants to do any open house in there, we can have it open for Saturday, Friday, and weekdays only, because we have our team doing it Saturday, Sunday. But you get tons of traffic. I was there for the past 3 days, and I was averaging about 15 to 20 people. So it's a good turnout. And that's not even listed yet, or not listed, but advertised.
It's coming soon?
Yes, it's coming soon. It's on the MLS already. For $1,165,000, but it's going to be $1,099,000.
What's the address again?
16043 Avenida Avero, and it's 92128.
Any other property pitches? Yeah, Maria.
So I'll pitch the one for John Summerford. It's 1802 McKee. It's unit C9. It's also in Mission Hills. It's a 2 bedroom, 2 bath with an optional bedroom. And it's listed for $749, and the HOA is $550 with the 2 parking spaces. So he's taking, Kevin saw it. He can attest that it's a beautiful property with amazing views, right? $1 million views. And that's it. And then I have another one coming soon, hopefully the end of this month. It's a 3 bedroom, 3 bath in Mission Hills, and that's going to be listed at 1.3.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you, Greg, for property pitches. Well, with no further ado, Ashley Lunn is going to introduce market status. Yeah.
You got close.
I'm not close. I got close.
Yeah.
We'll see if the clicker works.
It should work. She said. Got it, okay.
It doesn't work.
Oh, it's not? It might be dead. Oh, it did.
Well, 90 days from today.
You might have to. Yeah, we'll do. Let me go check.
If not, I'll be here.
All right. So 90 days from today is Constitution Day. I didn't know there was such a holiday, but it is. So September 17th, I always add a holiday or a special day because what you're doing today is going to show up then. So if you are avoiding, like half of the room was laughing, avoiding your lead generation time, you might be broke September 17th. If you're actually doing it and you're talking to people about real estate, which this slideshow is going to give you plenty to talk about, you could have a really good September financially. Okay, Jacqueline?
It's like Anna. This is like my life dream.
I taught for 2 days in Oklahoma City a couple weeks ago, and I thought about it this morning. I should have brought my own clicker because they didn't have one there. 2-day class, no clicker. 370 slides. And it was a large room, and they didn't have a lavalier mic, the ones you wear. So I had a microphone for 2 days. And I was like,
Purple tunnel land.
oh, that hurts. Okay, so the top box is everything that's been listed year over year through the end of May. The bottom section is same time frame, so year over year through May for solds. What is kind of fun is that so far, year to date, we have almost 25% more listings that have come to market than we did same time last year. Are you feeling that? There's more selection? Bridget texted me the other day and said, is this accurate? Like, are we 40% up in listings? Pretty much. Pretty much. Now, the reality is the number is still really low. So, in order for us to feel like we're a balanced market, meaning buyers and sellers have negotiating room with each other, I think we're going to have to see 6,000 to 8,000, and I don't see that coming. I think that would be our new balanced market. And then on the sold side, we've only increased 2.26%. So I highlighted these because I'm a little bit surprised that we have this many more listings, but we've only sold that much more in the same time frame. Now, there's a couple slides I'll tell you what my theory is, backed by evidence, but it's still a theory. Okay, so as of this morning, compared to last month, houses under $1 million, houses over $1 million. Okay, and here's some wows. What are we wowing?
There's so many under $1 million. 160 more under $1 million. That's shocking.
Yeah, that was.
It's still not a big number, right?
Yeah.
But it's from a percentage standpoint, it's incredibly significant. And the same thing with almost 300 different over $1 million. Okay, go ahead. That's condos. So essentially, we've got more choices.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's really a tale of 2, maybe 3 markets. Go ahead. So, here's where it's a tale of 2 or 3 markets. My theory is we are not absorbing as much of the inventory, that 25, we'll just call it 25%, I'll round up, that additional 25% of listings, because they're up here. If they were down there, we've got the buyer demand for it.
Yeah.
Right? So the more, as these $800, $900 million properties are now $1.5 million to $2 million, it's priced a lot of people out. And I think we're seeing the impacts of that. And then the same thing going above $2 million. We've talked about this for a couple of years. This is scary to me now because this represents houses and condos. It's just the price point for anything to live in. I know we'll be out of $400,000 residential real estate within the next 12 months, without a doubt. It just won't exist anymore. But it's possible we could get to anything like in the next 2 years, 600 or less. There's just not that much inventory. Okay. So those lines pretty much follow it, except this isn't as high. Just you look at the spacing, we're not absorbing as much in those two higher price points. And these lines are lower because the listing inventory doesn't exist. Is everybody following that? If we had 1,000 more, which would be significant, 1,000 more houses between 600,000 and 700,000, do you think they'd sell?
Yes.
Really quickly. So that the lines are just short, there's fewer units because they don't exist. Go ahead. Okay. So that's how the listings break down by the price points. Many, many, many more, $1 million to $2 million. Well, I was listening. Number one, good on you. All the listings that I heard pitched today sound like really good prices for what you pitched. So good for you guys. The vast majority, I think except for 2, were what? Between 1 million and 1,200,000. Well, that's where they are. So good for $9.99.
Thank you. Y'all hear that?
By the way, I would love to, let's keep an eye on that because with the location, I haven't obviously not seen it. I would think it's probably a 1.1 for the location and the size.
There was one, a
But
recent.
$9.99 will get you
was
there.
102.5.
Okay.
Samsung stainless steel appliances, outlet stores, 7-inch face floors.
But can you see sprouts from the front door? All right. Okay, so only 190 more sold compared to last year. So by price point. So these are different price points. And to give you a little, I'm clarifying for Eddie because he's been the one always telling me try to keep consistent, and I appreciate it. These are the old price points I used to pull for years and years and years. Last year I changed the price points because it's kind of irrelevant to do anything under 400,000. So, but I stayed consistent with this because it's just easy as a tool to sit with a buyer and go, okay, your price point is 650,000 for a house. Well, we have 82 in the entire county that exist, or whatever price point it is. Condos. So there's something going on in the condo market right now. And this is, again, a theory. It's a little bit scary to play this out in my head, but we have to do that because we represent a lot of buyers as a company. Between HOAs going up, inflation, and assessments because of the rule changes, there's a lot of condos that are more expensive to buy than a house. So what our condo market has become our entry-level market, really the only market that is entry-level. So you get your condo, stay there a few years, sell it, and go into a house. But we're in a period of time where I don't know that that's going to be feasible. And it's not going to make those condos unsellable, but we might see softening in prices to make up for the fact the HOAs are higher or these huge assessments that are coming out.
You already are.
Yeah.
In 92116 in particular, the prices are softening slightly, but it's because all these old condos have these old balconies that need to be replaced, and it's just like it's costing $9,000 per person. It's ridiculous. Or you're having $600 HOA fees in an 8-unit complex because they didn't manage their money well.
Yeah.
And you change your financing as well.
Yeah, so they're unwarrantable. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Hopefully, if you have, and I'll come to you, Bridget, if you have clients that are in one of those situations where they own that, they have equity. And we've gained 15 to 20% equity every year for the last 10 years. They've got the money in the property. How can they tap that to pay the assessment and make that whole development? Because it's going to affect everybody unless everybody fixes it. Does that make sense? Bridget?
Well, Ed just threw out what I was going to say. But yeah, financing seems to be a problem, especially a lot of the ones built in like the 70s, 80s, and maybe even early 90s, with all the repairs come due, and it's a little scary.
It is scary. Now, if you're an investor and you're well aware, that would be you guys, you are well aware of what these issues are, and you just kind of bake that into your offer, might be a good time to go get one if they're not financeable.
Or go to Redlands and buy one.
But if you're getting $3,500 for a one bedroom,
Baller.
all right.
It's a short-term rental.
So our absorption rates,
Thank you.
our absorption rates actually stayed pretty steady.
That's on the street.
This next month, I anticipate they actually will go back a little bit because the listed numbers, 25% up, but the sold only 2% up, that's got to show up somewhere in the absorption rate, so it'll probably be in the June statistics. It's like my heart rate when Robert called and said he had to take a few days off. Look at
Oh,
that.
I was working, trust me. I should not get any rest
I
from these
know.
people.
But just a side note, if you're,
Emily?
Yeah, you texted me, right?
if you're on medicine that the doctor prescribes and it's hallucinogenic, don't work. Creates more work for other people.
Is that why I got the answers I got?
Acosta and I were talking this week because you were out, which was fine, and I said, I think you'd be available, and he goes, well, I texted him last night, I think something was up. Okay, look at the trajectory of that line, and specifically compared to last year. So the numbers that are listed are each May, going back 10 years. That, woof.
So if you see a reversion, I don't want it. A reversion to the mean with all the listings that are coming back, and you kind of see it kind of sloping back, do you think the prices are going to do the same thing?
I think in the 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 million, yes. I think we'll see some softening. I still think we'll appreciate. What are you guys feeling out there? Are you still getting multiple showings, maybe a couple of offers, just not as crazy?
Yeah.
Over $1 million?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just won't see 15% appreciation, maybe 9? Oh.
Because the supply side is
You
coming
think
back.
that's the
And the demand stays.
Yeah, well, and so far, maybe this month will be different. So far, our months of inventory isn't up that much either. So part of that is, these are still really low numbers.
Right.
We may talk about a 40% increase in inventory, but it's still only 3,400 properties. Yes,
So you think we'll see 9% appreciation?
over for the properties $1 million and over.
What was our appreciation in the last 12 months?
I've got it up here, but
Oh, okay.
a lot.
14, 15.
Yeah.
I think it's 15.
It's in that low
Okay,
double
it's not really
digits.
close.
No, you're good.
Okay, next, actives. There you go. Now, this, I only did a 4